Hello and welcome to 6 Minute Vocabulary. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Neil. Today we are looking at the suffix nis and phi.
Suffixes are two or three letters at the end of a word that affect its meaning.
We will look at what the suffix phi and nis mean and give you some examples.
There will be a quiz.
And we will leave you with our top tips for learning vocabulary.
Let's start by listening to Marcus. He is a politician and he is talking about his party's policy.
Right, so while you listen, think about this question. Do e-cigarettes produce smoke? Here's Marcus.
We are focusing on the jobless, the homeless, the sick, and the elderly people who are powerless to change things for themselves. We are campaigning for more car-free and smoke-free zones. We are going to extend the smoking ban to include e-cigarettes, which may be smokeless, but they aren't harmless, and we are going to raise the penalties for careless drivers. So we ask you, do e-cigarettes produce smoke?
And the answer is no, they don't. E-cigarettes are smokeless.
And smokeless is a key word in this program because it ends with a suffix less, spelled less. This means without.
So, smokeless cigarettes and cigarettes without smoke, they don't produce any smoke.
And if something is harmless, it doesn't cause harm. Marcus said that e-cigarettes are not harmless. In other words, they are dangerous.
Marcus also said his party was going to raise penalties or besides punishment for careless driver, people who drive without care.
Yes, careless means not being careful.
So, by adding less to the noun smoke, harm, and care, we turn them into adjective. Next, here are some more example with less.
We are focusing on the jobless, the homeless, the sick, and the elderly, people who are powerless to change things for themselves.
So, we have the jobless,
That's people without jobs,
the homeless,
people who will have nowhere to live. We can create a noun to describe a particular group of people by using the word the with a less word. The jobless, the homeless.
lastly, we have the adjective powerless, with discuss people who are unable to do certain things. If we add the, we get a good noun, the powerless.
Let's have another grip. Listen out for the suffix free. We are campaigning for more car-free and smoke-free songs.
We have coffee and smoke free. Now, if you add free to a noun, you get an adjective, meaning that there is not any of that noun or is not allowed, or both. Coffee means there are not cars because they are not allowed. Smoke free means smoking is not allowed, and so there is not smoke.
6 minute vocabulary from BBC Learning English. And we are talking about the suffix free and less. And Neil, how was your journey to work today? Stress free, I hope?
No, actually, it was awful. I'm trying to use my control consciousness credit cards to pay for the trim, but it didn't work. So I have to work all the way.
Oh, won't do you any harm, Neil?
No, it's good for me, I suppose.
It is. And contactless credit cards are the cards that work without a PIN number.
Usually you use either fee or less with a particular word, but occasionally you can use fee and less interchangeably as in sugarless and sugar-free is this both mean without sugar.
But be very careful with the words careless and carefree because they have very different meanings.
Yes, they do. A careless person is someone who does not take much care over what they are doing.
Whereas a carefree person like you, Neil, doesn't worry about anything.
No, I don't worry about a thing.
Now it's time for a quiz. Choose the correct word. Ready? Number 1. Jack looks scary, but he is actually very kind and gentle. He is A. Careless, B. Harmless, C. Powerless.
And the answer is B, harmless.
Number 2. Diana doesn't check her work properly, so she makes lots of mistakes. She is very A. Careless, B. Carefree, C. Contentless.
And the answer is A, careless.
Number 3. To cut the risk of cancer, some people smoke e-cigarettes which are A. Smokeless, B. Smokeless free, C. Smoke free.
And the answer is A, smokeless.
And that's the end of the quiz. Well done if you got them right.
And now, here is today's top tips for learning vocabulary. Recall yourself saying new words and then listen to them every day.
Top tip, and there's more about this at bbclearningenglish.com. Join us again for more 6-minute vocabulary. Bye.
Bye.